Can you give a practical example of an ethical problem that a client might face, or you have experienced your clients, they might have faced it?
Yes, I'll give you two examples if you
Okay.
like, Sarah. The first is we've been talking about businesses sponsoring skilled labour to
Yep.
Australia. A problem can arise if the applicant contacts us and says, I have an underlying health condition,
Okay.
but I don't want you to tell my employer.
Oh.
Or I have had a previous conviction for an offence, but I don't want you to tell my sponsor.
What do you do?
The reality is one would have to counsel that person and
What
say,
do you mean? As
I'd
in, talk
have
to that person.
advise that person that I'm sorry, but we have taken on an obligation to act for two parties, the sponsor and the applicant, and we cannot now choose to hide issues one from the other.
Okay.
We either represent both of you,
Okay.
or we represent neither of you. And
Okay.
then it's up to the applicant to decide if they want to continue using
Okay.
services, and if not, we have to inform the sponsor that an issue has arisen on this particular matter.
Yep.
That prevents us from further acting in relation to this particular applicant.
We keep the interest of the businesses
Yeah.
at foremost because business is our client.
Yes.
When it comes to extending the duty of care, it extends to our clients
Okay.
with the plural. That means that the individual is a part of the business. So it extends to the business and the individual. Would that be a correct understanding, Harry?
Yes. Once we take instructions from both, they were both our client.
Yes.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yes.
And if there is a divergence, in other words, if the applicant wants to hold us to account that we should keep secrets from the business, such as character issues or poor health, a
Yep.
disease that he hasn't disclosed, then we have to be very upfront with that applicant and say we act for both parties
Yep.
or for neither.
Okay.
Yes.
And if the applicant is insistent, then we have to notify the business that a situation has arisen that we can no longer represent the business in relation to that client,
Okay.
that applicant.
Yes. And that would be in the best interest of the business as well as the
As well as
client
the
in that
applicant.
situation.
Okay.
And this is how I think we as or lawyers, they they put forward the best interest of the businesses by saying that we would not be able to take in this situation
Because of an
that
apparent conflict of
a
interest,
conflict of interest.
Got it.
which means we can't represent you to the fullest
Yes.
if we are representing this person to the
Yes.
fullest.
Yes.
Okay.
And they might choose to not sponsor that particular
Yes.
individual, and that is a business decision which is up to them. We
Okay.
can't make that decision for their business.
Yep.
But what we can do as lawyers and ethical lawyers is to be transparent about
Yes.
these things.
Yes, we would
And-
encourage in the
yes.
first instance
Okay.
for that applicant to come clean with the
Yes.
sponsor.
Okay.
Yes.
And if they're not prepared to do so, we have to walk away.
Yes.
Got
That
it.
is our ethical obligation.
Wow.
And it's similar with a husband and wife. Let's say whichever is the sponsor of the other,
Mm-hmm.
and the other wishes to confide in you but don't tell my sponsor spouse,
Yep.
we can't go down that path.
Mm.
We either act for both
Or we act
or
for
we act
none.
for neither.
Oh, wow. That is quite interesting.